One answer, how do we know Oscar did not do this? Who's going to be that brave soul?
That doesn't work.
Not one brave soul? Oh yeah, Galen ran to the top earlier, didn't you? Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Devin, go. I would note that it's the LA Institute, just saying.
The rule is to make your presenter look good.
Yes.
Something that's really clear, he didn't have a vision because he didn't even have measures that would indicate that he had reached student achievement. He had no idea what success would look like.
He doesn't know what he's aiming for. If you don't know what you're aiming for, how do you know if you're on the right path or not? How do you know if you're getting there? It's a little hard to figure out. So that's one piece of the vision. Now, we do have pretty strong ideas and structures and ideas we put into place for core member effectiveness, staff execution, and student achievement. But I also want to talk a little bit now on this point, which is that for school operations and school culture, you are really going to be in charge not of internalizing these, but of customizing these. And here's what we mean by this. Again, because of our 19 years institute experience, our full-time smart people working on this all the time, we have a lot of ideas about what it means, what helps us get to an effective school site operating situation. However, we also know that even in LA, where we only have 10 schools, we have 10 very different school site situations. And so operations is going to look different at a school that is a sprawling giant high school than a elementary school that is like 7 stories high. Whatever, like they're different physical sites, they have different needs. And so you guys are going to be customizing these based on the best practices and ideas that we set out for you. So do I have any cooks in the room? Or chefs? Or aspiring chefs? Let's open that up. Aspiring chefs? People who cook to eat. Anyone? Anyone? All right. People who, yeah. So, anyone who likes to make cookies? See, now we're like, well, I can be a chef, I can make cookies, no problem. So it's almost like you have a basic recipe for cookies, and we say here are the eggs, here's the flour, here's the sugar, here's the brown sugar. All of that piece is going to be the same across all of our school sites at all institutes. But you're really going to customize it. Seth may want to add chocolate chips. Michael may want to add coconuts. Someone else may want to add pecan. It's going to have your own flavor based on the needs of your school site, the taste of your school site, if you will, and what you want to kind of keep going from there. So you're really going to make it your own, but with that same basic dough base. I see some nods. I'm hoping that's a good sign. Okay, great. So let's go on to checking reality, which I like for the 90s movies that check reality. You almost like hear the title now. So we're going to move on to checking reality, checking our vision against reality. And so in this step, leaders are gathering qualitative and quantitative evidence. And I just want to point out that it is evidence, not data. And of course, data is a part of evidence, but evidence takes many different forms. You can gain evidence about your staff's effectiveness based on overhearing an observation debrief conversation. You can gain evidence about how effective your operations are working when you see if a lot of core members are confused or core members seem clear about where to go. So you are going to look to a lot of data points, obviously, in looking for evidence, but you're also going to be looking to other sources as well. Does that resonate? Okay, cool. Before I move on. Great. And so this step, I think there's kind of a myth when we talk about vision, reality, action, which is that action, checking, like the action leads to the end. It's vision, reality, action. So action is the active step. When in actuality, checking reality is a very active step. You are walking the hallways, you're taking notes, you're looking at student achievement data, you're observing a debrief conversation. You are like on the run the whole time. You're also thinking a lot. A lot of checking reality is going up here as you gather tons and tons of data points and try and make sense of this in your head. Well, is this one core member I'm concerned about? Is this a trend I'm seeing across the whole school site? Is this one CMA who's having a problem with session presentation? Or is it really everyone who's struggling with this? And so what you're doing is you're doing a lot of active things in checking reality, but then you're also synthesizing it all in your head to figure out what really is the best reality and then prioritizing the ways to go about that. So what I want you to do now, let's do partners again, so talking in partners, in pairs, is how do you know Oscar did not check reality? So what were the signs that Oscar did not check reality? What were those missed opportunities? A minute and a half. Go to it.